Where do babies come from? This question has confused scientists for centuries. If this question was answered, it would end all wars, solve world hunger, and make wearing white suits illegal. Today, I intend to answer this impossible question. My name is, what was my name again? Oh yeah, right. My name is Kevin Macleod, and welcome to Big Brain Corporation's BBC for short. Back when I was a child, when I wasn't busy using my intelligence to solve complex quantum physics problems, one question was always on my mind. Where exactly do babies come from? When I asked my parents, they refused to answer. Maybe because they died after my experiment to transform our house into a particle accelerator, but that is no excuse. It is the duty of a parent to answer all questions of their children, even if they are no longer alive. Now that I am older and even more intelligent, I can fulfill the dreams of my younger self and answer this internal question. I decided the best place to start was going to the library. Now usually I hate reading because books were clearly designed to be the hardest puzzles in the history of humanity. I can't even understand half of the so-called words written into these torture devices disguised as entertainment. However, I was desperate. I spent about 2 months trying to decipher this extremely difficult book, but it was all worth it. Apparently, babies come from these strange, scary-looking birds called storks. This was shocking. My mother always told me she was the one who gave birth to me, but I knew it was a lie all along. Sadly, here's where we run into a problem. How does the stork carry the babies? Everyone knows that storks cannot lift up babies. Look at this animal, it's so skinny and weak. It would be simply impossible for these birds to be responsible for childbirth. While I was searching for explanations, one of my stupid employees told me that babies actually come from 6. However, 6 is a number, and therefore it presumably does not have anything to do with childbirth. What a ridiculous idea. Eventually, I decided to take a break from thinking by eating an apple. Then I realized the truth. Since an apple tree is a tree that grows apples, that means that there must also exist a baby tree that grows babies. As we all know, planting apples in a garden causes them to grow into an apple tree. However, before I was able to start growing my baby tree, some police officers showed up and tried to arrest me for trying to bury babies alive. How rude of them to interrupt important scientific research. As a punishment for their rudeness, I planted the police in my garden so they could grow into a police officer tree to give me free labor in my factory. I decided to wait for the police officer tree to grow, but I got bored after 20 seconds. I had no idea trees take that long to grow. In the meantime, I decided to do some more research on babies, and I found something truly shocking. This electric fly swatter. I know, very shocking. But other than that, I also found that babies actually come from baby generators on the surface of this glowy ball in the sky. So, how should I proceed with the investigation? I would fly up there to investigate, but the last time I did that, the spooky ball incinerated my spaceship, and spaceships are expensive. I sent a few of the babies up there instead, but as soon as I did it, I realized my theory was actually wrong. You see, the babies were not coming from the glowing ball, they were actually going to the glowing ball. This was an interesting discovery, but I'm trying to find out where the babies come from and not where they go. This means that this whole detour was sadly meaningless. Well, I still hope the babies are having a good time up there. What a waste of time and babies. A few hours later, I was lying in my bed, completely out of ideas. It was looking like I was never going to avenge my younger self. But then, I had the most genius realization of my career. Babies aren't actually created by storks. They're created by dark storks, an evil species of storks made of darkness that want to infect the world with evil darkness babies by causing childbirth. I knew I had to stop this, because the darkness baby apocalypse could potentially hurt our profits. That night, while I was sleeping, I received a telepathic message from the overlord of dark storks, Baby the Babyathan. He told me he was going to destroy the world with an army of darkness babies. Now, I may have done some cruel things in the past, but this was my chance to make up for it. Fortunately, I had an army of my own. I simply gave some guns to the babies I kidnapped earlier, and together, we boarded the BBC private jet and flew all the way to the United States. And that's when I saw Baby the Babyathan. He looked even more evil than I could have imagined. He was holding his powerful baby creating spell tablet and a torch with the power to summon those dark storks. Without hesitation, I charged the Dark Lord into a fight. And thus I destroyed the evil baby at the Babyathan, and he fell apart into hundreds of little pieces. The people were all cheering for me and calling me a maniac and a lunatic and a terrorist. I don't know what any of those words mean, but I assume they're compliments. I do also realize that this comes with the side effect of ending childbirth all around the world. But who cares about that? Babies are stupid and annoying anyway. Come to think of it, adults are also stupid and annoying. Maybe in the future I'll come up with a way to stop adult birth as well. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this brilliantly intelligent video. Make sure to like and subscribe, or you will be destroyed by Baby as the Babyathan. And stay tuned for more amazing experiments from the Big Brain Corporation's BBC for short. Thank you for listening.